There's something special about Sherwood Forest sleeping giants, something that can't be transplanted, and the Major Oak is the most famous resident of Sherwood Forest, after Robin Hood of course, and it's definitely one of the biggest oak trees in Britain. The canopy spreads about 28 metres, the trunk circumference is 11 metres, and apparently it weighs about 23 tonnes. How they weighed it I'll never guess. The tree, previously known as the Queen Oak, was eventually named after Major Oak, who made the first survey of ancient trees in Sherwood, and he used to take an 8-mile walk daily to the tree from his home in Mansfield Woodhouse back in the 18th century. Nobody seems quite sure of their exact age. We do know it's been standing between 800 to 1100 years. And if we go by the earliest estimate, it means it stood through the Vikings, the Battle of Hastings, Agincourt, Waterloo and 2 world wars, and survived fire, gale force winds, heavy snowstorms and hundreds of years of deforestation. And it's still here recycling carbon dioxide. Incidentally, in 1 year a mature tree will absorb more than 48 pounds of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Simple way to stop global warming, eh? And it stood watching as millions and millions of people from all over the world have gathered round it to stare at it. Now apparently the soil below the tree is relatively poor and acidic, meaning that the oak has to take things really steady, slowly growing over a long time to reach the size. But oaks do spend 300 years growing, 300 years resting and 300 years declining gracefully. Now, experts think it's grown up in a clearing most of its life, which may be what's allowed the spread of its great boughs. Right up to the 1970s it was possible to walk right up to the Major Oak and walk round it or even climb it. But unfortunately the tree's popularity and the amount of visitors means that the roots began to suffer from the soil compacting around it. It had to be fenced off. And there was a radar survey in 2018 and it found its deep roots extended far out from the trunk, possibly up to the fence, and are supported by mycorrhizal fungi, essential for its prolonged health. In 1908 chains were attached to the oak to help support it, and in the 70s further supports were put in to help support its impressive boughs, and were later replaced with metal structures. And Sherwood Forest is also home to some of the Major Oak's ancient gnarled neighbours. They say there are almost 1,000 other ancient oaks like the Major Oak, providing home for an amazing variety of wildlife that can be found in the forest. And of course there's a legend that the forest was home to the famous outlaw Robin Hood, and his merry men used the Major Oak for shelter, camping beneath its branches and hiding inside the massive trunk. But if he existed around the 12th, 13th century, the Major Oak ought to be very big, unless it's a phoenix, which means it grew out of a previous ancient oak. It's a thought.